Hi everybody, Tim Bartz here, your Ford video guy with yet another install video. We're headed to Bronco Supercell, Colorado pretty soon. And you know, we've gotten some, we're going on the trails out there. A lot of big rocks and such. Rocks move a little bit and everything. So last time we got a lot of, you guys know, last fall when we went out for Bronco Supercell, we put underbody protection on the vehicle and helped out. The skid plates did come in handy. We hit in several places. That was before we put the lift on. So we do have now a 2-inch lift thanks to the suspension that I have on there right now, which we did not really hit, but except for once when we were there this summer. And so I thought, you know what? I want a little bit of protection just in case on a couple areas. So in this video, we're going to show you some IAG parts. As you know, turn this around. I love the IAG parts on these, especially this is one of the most recent ones that I really enjoy is the quick release. That's just really nice, and so I really love that on the Bronco. And so yeah, we're gonna put some other IAGs. You know, I also love the side steps on there that we need to help get in. Since we put the lift on there, it's a little harder to get inside. So the IAG steps come in real handy. And of course, you know, the IAG dome lights, the other IAG stuff that we have. So reaching out to looking on their website, found some cool things. So we're gonna do some skid plates underneath to protect the rear shocks. So this is the IAG Rock Armor rear shock trailing arm skid plates. So this is gonna go right under those shocks to help protect them. So we're gonna get under here and protect it. It's gonna go under there. So we're gonna get those protected there real nice. And yeah, we'll see how, and these are look like they're really easy to do. We're gonna get those, and we're gonna do, also, I don't know if we can do it in this video or not, but we're also gonna put some on the front control arms on the front as well. So we're gonna protect just inside those wheels a little bit on this with this install video. So looking forward to that. There you go. So we're going to get started in this video. Hope you guys do like it. Make sure you're subscribed. Notification bells turned on for any of our future videos. I'm trying the mic up here because on the shirt it just pulls it down. Let me know what you think. Anyway, we're going to get started on this and kind of show you how easy this is. And one of the things you'll see, IAG has a great video on when you go to purchase these. You can see the pictures, but also there's a video. Click the little button there. You can watch the video. I watched that, so I know how to install this. And they do a great job with that. But you do notice that they have it on a lift. If you're someone like me, you know, I don't have a lift. I don't do a lot of stuff on my own. So this is a video hopefully will help out for people that don't have a lift and seeing how easy it is. In a sense, I do have a lift. Mine does have a suspension lift, which makes it a little bit harder to get underneath there, or makes it a little easier to get under there, sorry. But we're going to show you how to put this on and install this, and any helpful tips. Now, the first thing I want to show is we're going to get this box out. So, all right. So here in this box, you'll have 2 boxes within this box. Now, one of the things I actually marked mine, passenger side, driver side, because they are different. So let me pull these out. I might have to put the camera down. Hold on a second. So in these boxes, they are different depending on the driver's side or passenger side you have. So you want to make sure they're lined up right. So of course the IAG is going to go, it's going to go towards the front of the vehicle. Now this and this, I have it marked driver's side. So what you'll notice is the 2 holes that are just on both sides of the opening right there. See there's one on each side. That needs to go to the outside towards the wheel. So you'll know that's which if you're the driver's side or passenger side. The 2 holes on this side that are together at the front, that needs to go on the inside. So you need to make sure you have those labeled in the right direction. So driver's side there. We have this one over here. It's also driver's side. I'll get it out in a second. And then these here are going to be depending on driver's side or passenger side. So this in here is a driver's side one. There's going to be, you'll notice a little opening right here, and so you're going to actually use a different bolt to put that in. You're going to use a factory bolt when you install this from the brake line. So that one there, and each one will have one of these, and they are the same on both, so it doesn't matter. So you want to make sure each side gets one of those. But let's pull this one out. You'll notice this in here is a little different, right? Layout, of course, it is a different side, right? So you'll want to make sure that, hey, there's no openings on this one. That's going to be your passenger side. And like I said, this goes towards the front. The 2 holes there that are on both sides are going to go on the outside and that on the inside. So hopefully that makes sense. And again, one of each of these for each side, and This one will also have the driver's side, or the passenger side will also have this too, and we'll get into this in a little bit. So you'll want to do that, and you can learn all this from watching the video if you want. Hopefully this video helps you out if you want to do that. And then of course with the bolts, you're going to have, each side will have two 12 millimeter bolts, and they're going to be on this side, on the by the wheel. Those are going to go over there. And then you're going to have two of these Allen wrenches. I think they're 5 millimeter Allen wrenches. Anyway, so those are going to go in these holes here for that. And so then the passenger side will also get this one, because that's what this bolt's going to be for. Because on the other side, the driver's side, you're going to be using the bolt from, I believe, the brake line that holds that in. So that's how that's going to work. So there's a layout for us to get us started, but now let's get underneath. All right, I'm not sure how good angle I'm going to get to be able to show you without putting this on a lift. The only reason I wanted to do that was so you can see it on video. But we're going to take this. This is going to go over. It's going to go over here on there. You can actually see the holes over here and where they need to line up. You can kind of see those right there. So those are going to line up to that hole. But first, on this side, which is really probably going to have a hard time seeing, is on this side, we're going to need, there's the holes. Oops, sorry. Here's these holes. Well, this here is going to line up with these holes. Right? So you're going to put this, you can put that up there, you can put this over this bolt that's right over here. So you can kind of see right there, there's a little slot. So that slot's going to go right into that slot over that big nut. And these are going to be, hold that in there, and that's when you're going to take your screw, go through there and into here. So I'll show you the finished product once I get it in there, because I don't think I can get a good video shot of that from this angle. All right, so it's not actually too difficult to put those in there. Let me actually see if you guys can see. There you go, kind of. Not very good. That's a very close up. Sorry if it's, try to zoom in. So you're gonna, those are the 12 meter bolts, so you can kind of see how they sit on there. They're actually not too difficult. I actually got the back one in blind without even looking, kind of back here. But there you go. So you're gonna put that on first, and then put this over it. You can see that slot right there that goes over. So that fits on there. And then you want to just leave that like that. We'll tighten it up in just a little bit. And so you can see with the wheel on, so I think in the video they took the wheel off. It's a lot easier to use, like, you know, a socket and everything, or you know, use a tool so to be able to drill it, you know, pretty quick. But we're not going to have that. So we're going to actually use a socket, but we should be able to get in there and do that just fine. So this side right here, now we're to the point where we need to put those in place right there. And we're going to use this to hold those in place on the back side. So those will stick in there like that, and we'll get that put in on the back side and get that screwed in as well. So it'll be real nice and easy to do. And then we'll get this put on after that. So now that we have that in place, you're going to need to do this at the same time. And I definitely won't be able to do this with the camera. And, but we're going to, basically this is going to need to go up under there like that. Sits on this bolt, and then sits on that bolt like that. So that bolt down there, you can see now we have holes. We're going to need to line that up, and then while holding that up, we're also going to need to hold this back behind it, because that is what those screws, these bolts, are going to screw into basically. So it's just a plate nut in a sense that holds back there. So we'll do that. I want to set up the camera over here and see if I can get a good shot. The tripod anyway, see if I can get a good shot of this as I'm installing it. So all right, so we're gonna, this actually is a little difficult to do by yourself, so we're gonna kick that under there onto the bolt, kind of like that, and then onto this bolt. So you kind of got to hold it into place while you try to do this. So here's the easiest thing, is to get the bolt through there to that first hole. There we go. There we go. And try not to get this just moving out. So there you go. I got it in there Probably easiest to do is kind of put your hand down there. Now that's kind of sitting there, barely. Come from this side. I can feel that nut now. Can't let that get out of place though. At this point. Alright, I think I got it started. And then this in here, you got to pull this down. To make sure you get it into place. Alright. There you go. Now then, once you have that in there like that, make sure you leave these bolts on the back side nice and loose so you can move it around. Right? And make sure you're good in there. And then you can take your socket, which of course I left clear back here, along with the 5mm. Or the 5 there. Okay. Here we go. And then we're going to go ahead and tighten these on. Bad position to do this, but there we go. And you can go ahead and tighten these up real good. All right, so those are good and tight, and then we're going to go ahead and, oh man, I got flies eating me. And then right here is where that other bolt's going to go on. If I can find it, let me go grab it, and we're going to put that on from the other side. All right, so this piece here is basically going to sit like that, so you want to make sure it just kind of sits over that, and then it's going to bolt into place. And you can go ahead and we're just going to screw it in as much as we can first. There you go. And it's a 12mm, so I think I did. I somehow flipped it off. All right. There you go. Now, once we have that in place, we got to go back here and then we have to tighten these screws, which might be a little difficult depending on how big and long your socket is. There we go. Got that one in place, and this other one over here might be easier to do on the other side. There we go. I don't have much room doing it with the wheel on, which is now I see why they took the wheels off. But if you're like me, you don't have a lift and want to save a little time, you don't have a lift, you want to save a little time and not have to take those off, then this is the way to go. There we go. So passenger side is done. So now we move over to the driver's side. All right, so now we're gonna do the driver's side over here. And this in here, you can see this already has Right here is this holds the brake line in. So this is the nut we're going to take off here in just a little bit. But we're going to get this up here first. And you can see, here's the plate. Here's this. Sorry for any banging around, but this needs to go on up over there. And then this here is going to go, you're going to find that little hole, the little slot. And that slot's going to go in that spot. And we're going to do it blind over here. And I'll show you what it looks like here in just a second. Well, actually, I showed you on the other side, so we should be good to go there. And then you're going to find the holes and line them up. Hopefully. Of course, I'm doing this blind, so. Just look and see. I actually can see underneath there. There we go. And this time I'm just going to go just barely get it on, because last time I noticed I needed a little bit of give. Here's the other one. And on this one here, it's a little harder. But there you go. Find the hole there, and then if you look underneath, you can actually almost see it line up. All right, so we're just going to tighten in just a little bit. We're going to give ourselves some wiggle room here on this, because last time I noticed it was a little more difficult. So on this one here, like I said, we do need to take this off first. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and I believe that is a 12 millimeter as well. It is not. So let me go get the right one here, and I'll tell you which one that is. Here for it. There we go. So it looks like that is a 10 millimeters, what you're going to need for that one to let that one out. That's why I do that the right way. And I need it off. All right. So we're going to loosen this up. There we go. And we're just going to take the screw out. I think we just take the screw out and leave that just right there. So we're going to need that here in just a little bit. So as you can see, this in here is going to go right there and around there and around there and then hold in there. So, but with this here, it could become in handy is that I think I can go ahead and screw this screw in, and it should kind of at least hold that up into place. I get it in there right. So that is the benefit on this, is that we have this here that we can kind of hold in place. Whereas on the other one, that plate just kind of set up against there just so it doesn't move around. It really didn't actually function and do any function for us. Here, it can actually help us. So there you go. So now we're going to take this bolt through here. So it kind of sits in there. All right, and then like last time, I'm probably gonna need to go around, get this bolt over here, and go ahead and go around to get this in. Actually, let me see if I can. No, I'm gonna go around. All right, and when you come around, you can actually see, you can look in there and see a little bit easier if you don't have any shade. All right, I will say this probably does need to be loosened. This is probably why they didn't tell us to tighten it up. But now that I kind of have it lined up, I'm going to go ahead and try to get this other one in real quick. And then I'm going to loosen that, because it looks like I'm getting some tension where I don't want it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. I think I still have that on, right? There you go. There, that's going to help us. So I felt like putting that in there helped me line this first bolt up, at least. But it makes it more difficult to get this second bolt in. So I would probably take it out once you have that, just like I am right here. You can kind of see it went ahead and came out after I loosened it. But now it did help me. It was much easier getting this side done with that on there. At this point now, I can go ahead and put I'm going to go ahead and get this bolt put in there where I need it. And I actually can see from this angle, I can actually see really well through there. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and actually tighten that down just a little bit. Actually, it's not even in there yet. I like screwing it in. Well, I'm stupid. Like I always say, if I can do it, you can do it, because just like that, having the socket and I'm unscrewing it, so I'm just screwing it right. I'm screwing it right back out when I had it in there good. So helps if you do things right the first time. There you go. We'll go ahead and finish screwing that in a second. We'll get this here screwed in now. There you go. All right. At this point, we're pretty much done. We just have to tighten everything down. There you go. I'll go ahead while I'm here, tighten that bolt back there from the brake line. Go. And then I think I can get these from over here. And then I just got to get these bolts back here screwed in. And I think, yep, need to hand tighten those a little bit more. All right, that one's in. I think I'm going around to the other side and get that one. All right, that is in place, and that was actually really pretty easy to do once you kind of figured things out. But there you go. That's the driver's side right here, and how that you're gonna use that bolt from the brake line to keep that up there, and then these right there, and then the bolts. You kind of see how that all fits together. Come around, I don't know if you can see, there's the bolts from that side and how that piece goes right there. And then the passenger side over here, if I can scoot over, you can kind of see that's that extra piece that sits down here, holds that top one into place around that bolt. And then you can kind of see how that looks and everything. And I can't really get over there to that side very well, but that piece, there we go, kind of sits in there like that, and is in place nice, and it kind of protects that. Kind of see that should protect that pretty well. I think I need to get one for the trailing arm up there too. You can see I got a little damage last time coming off of a rock. Off the front tire, didn't line up the back tire, so I got a little bit of that. Plus, I don't know, I think I need some protection for the gas tanks. What do you think? I got a few little scratch marks down there, so might be looking for IAG for that, because you can see down there further I have IAG, and they actually stopped. IAG does not, or IAG, sorry, ARB doesn't do a very good job of actually protecting all the way back. You can see it protects the transmission, engine, and all that kind of stuff, but they don't do any protection for the gas tank, the fuel tanks itself. So I'm probably going to work with IAG to kind of try to get some fuel tank skid plates as well to protect this under here, and because really Colorado is our playground, and it's the closest one to us. And we're going to be taking probably 2 to 3 trips a year to Colorado to do some off-roading, and we definitely want to protect that up, because you can see we got a few little scratch marks in it. Not too bad. And I think those actually I got in it before we actually put the lift on, because the last time I went to Colorado, there's only once retouched, and it was this trailing arm right here. But anyway, got these on here, and little bitty little situations like that we can get things added on. And I think we're gonna go put on those the lower control arms next. We'll do that in another video. So there you go. That's how easy it is to put on those rear shock skid plates from IAG, the rock armor ones, and work really well. So really looking forward to testing those out. And you know, I'm glad IAG had a solution for that. In fact, they have a full underbody solution for your Bronco. If you want to get the whole kit, put it all under there, and you can install it yourself. And so they have a full one, so if you want to do that. In fact, I'm really looking forward to maybe seeing if I don't know, because ARB does a pretty decent job underneath the engine, transmission, and everything, but on the transfer case, but that front bash plate, I don't like how it looks. So I'm looking to maybe seeing if the IAG front skid plate will fit on it, because I like the look of that as well. Anyway, so that's all I have for this video. Hope you guys did enjoy it, and nice little install, and not too difficult. Probably, you know, about an hour is what it took me. So thanks. I'm glad IAG has some really good videos on there, so check those videos out. This is more or less how easy it is for me to do without a lift. So we got it done over here. So we're looking forward to that. And next video we're gonna do some more IAG stuff. So make sure you're subscribed, notification bell is turned on so you don't miss those videos as well as our off-roading out in Colorado. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Until the next one, stay positive, be kind to one another, be kind to yourself, and we'll see you later.